Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. Today I'm going to tell you about this absolutely stunning 2022 Infiniti QX80 Century. The Century is the range-topping trim level for the QX80. The QX80 is our largest, most opulent, most luxurious, full-size flagship vehicle. One of my favorites as well. I've been with Infiniti 18 years. I absolutely love this product. And 2022 is an awesome year for the QX80 because it got an updated infotainment system, very similar to what we also see in a new 2022 QX60. Featuring the latest and greatest in infotainment technology from Infiniti. Look at this beautiful diamond quilted leather interior. Really goes nicely with the exterior color, which I'll show you shortly. This is one beautiful vehicle and only 480 miles. So you might be curious, what's the deal? Why does this have such low miles? Well, to make I guess a long story short, what happened is we had customers that recently bought this as a brand new Infiniti. They traded in two vehicles. We had some sort of office snafu. I don't know the exact details, but we messed up on the paperwork or paying off their trades, which created some problems for the customers who traded it in. So to smooth out the customer service issue, we agreed to buy this vehicle back. And that was a happy scenario for us and a happy scenario for them. For us, you know, this is a nice vehicle that is very desirable. It's hard to find these in this color combination right now. And for the customers, you know, they were not happy with what happened with their trade-ins. I'm not gonna get into details. And I think also, you know, a vehicle like this is beautiful, you know, it's very nice, but I'm going to keep it real. If you're going to buy a $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 vehicle, get ready to have $1,000, $1,100, or $1,200 a month, you know, payment, maybe more, unless you put a substantial amount of money down, or you have a trade-in that you have a lot of equity in. That's just the reality of buying a vehicle this way. And sometimes, you know, people get excited, they get in the ether and they buy one of these vehicles, and then after the novelty wears off, they're like, wow, you know, we have to write a big check every month to pay this thing. And you know, that's just the reality of it. You know, if you get a high-end vehicle like this, you're gonna have a big monthly payment. So, you know, some people can swing it, some people can't. Even me and my wife, we do pretty good, but even this is out of our budget. We can't afford a $1,200 a month payment. You know, maybe when our kids get at a daycare, which we spend $1,200 a month for, maybe that might be in the cards, but you know your budget best and what you can afford and what you can't afford. If you can afford this, this is an awesome choice. We have the original build sheet on this. The original MSRP was $88,530. This is pretty much as loaded as you can get for the QX80. Lots of standard equipment on the Century 4-wheel drive. For optional equipment, we have the rear entertainment system. We have the Infiniti illuminated kick plates, $485. Cargo package, $295. All-season package, $355. Infiniti exterior radiant welcome lighting, $455. And this premium color of champagne quartz was a $695 premium color. And I'm sorry, actually the rear entertainment system standard on the Century 4-wheel drive for 2022. And of course, we can print out a copy or email you one if you want to peruse this yourself. One thing I love about the QX80, it's made in Japan, so amazing build quality. We've had the same basic platform for the QX80 since 2011. Infiniti has improved and upgraded it. They've restyled it. They've made upgrades to the infotainment system. They've improved it in a lot of ways, but the nuts and bolts of it, the engine, the powertrain, they've been making it since 2011. We've seen these things with miles on them. These hold up very well. Not a lot of major issues with the QX80. It is a very, very reliable vehicle, very, very solid. So, you know, there's some, I'm not going to name names, but you can buy some fancy, you know, expensive, full-size luxury SUVs, but, you know, when the warranty runs out and it gets over 100,000 miles, it could be problematic. It could start being expensive to repair. But I think if you want to buy a QX80 or a full-size luxury SUV and you want to keep something past 100,000 miles, 150, 200,000 miles, I think this is a great candidate for something that's going to hold up very well. And even comparing it to like the Land Cruiser or the LX570, those are actually smaller than these. You know, a lot of people say, well, those are also made in Japan, which is true, but the LX570 and the Land Cruiser, they're a smaller size. They're like a size smaller than the QX80, so they're not quite full-size SUVs like this. This is designed to compete with like the Escalade, the Navigator, the GMC Denali. 7-speed automatic transmission. You have a full-time all-wheel drive system, so in auto mode it will be rear-wheel drive, and then it will send up power to the front wheels as needed. Then you have 4-wheel high for more snowy or off-road situations, and then you also have a lower range too. This is a traditional body and frame truck-based SUV, which really makes it great for going off-road. and hauling and towing, even though it might not look like a good off-road vehicle. These are surprisingly very good off-road, believe it or not. It's based off the Nissan Patrol global platform. The Nissan Patrol is kind of like Nissan's Land Cruiser. So these are really great off-road vehicles. In fact, they had one that recently was in I think a 1,000-mile off-road race, and it did quite well. Second row is very comfortable. You have this nice center console. A split bench seat is also optional. You have the nice leather and stitching everywhere. You can see the wireless headphones are still in the plastic. Beautiful wood interior trim. There is a remote for the infotainment system. Lots of storage everywhere. Heated second row seats. Beautiful screens for the infotainment system. I really love this color combination, the smoky quartz on this really lovely leather. Absolutely beautiful. I would love to have this. It would match very nicely with my 05 Serengeti Sand G35. Very similar colors. We already have a his and hers Infiniti, but maybe one day we'll add another one to our fleet. I'm a big Infiniti fan. I own 2 Infinitis myself. I've been in Infiniti close to 18 years. I'm a big fan of the product, as you can see. So you have the all-season mats, carpet mats still in the plastic, cargo net, first aid kit, power adjustable third row seating. You can also power adjust them over there so the third row occupants can power adjust their seats. Really nice feature. Underneath this cover right here, we have a tow receiver hitch. When properly equipped, you can tow 8,500 pounds with the QX80. And even though it's a big full-size SUV, it's not too heavy. It's a little over, I think, 5,000 pounds. I think it's like 5,300 pounds to be exact. Not too bad for a vehicle this size. Even though it's a big full-size SUV with great features like the hydraulic body motion that smooths out the ride, very little body roll, people are actually really surprised how well this thing handles. It's actually pretty fun to drive. The way they set up the steering in it, it's you know, it's not like a sports car. It's not like a Q60 coupe, but for a big full-size SUV, it handles very nicely. And then you have this 5.6-liter V8, 400 horsepower, no complicated supercharging or turbocharging, just old-fashioned cubic inches and natural aspiration. These engines are amazing. They're rock solid, very reliable. I've seen these things with well over 100,000 miles on them, and they hold up very, very well. Like I said, the same basic nuts and bolts have been in production since 2011. So like I said, they've worked a lot of kinks out of this thing, and they've improved it. They've facelifted it, they've modernized it, they've made improvements, but they kept the things that aren't broken, the things that worked very well. And on top of that, it's built and assembled in Japan. And it's my belief that if you're going to buy a Japanese brand, from personal experience, still the best quality, best made Japanese vehicles are the ones that come from Japan. And that's just my opinion. You know, there's no research behind that, but that's just, you know, coming from, you know, 25 years of automotive experience and seeing how cars hold up over the years, because I see all sorts of cars coming on trade and for service, and I can see which ones have problems and which ones don't. And I can tell you, this is on the these err on the side of less problems. Amazing vehicles. If you were looking for a full-size luxury SUV, it's a great choice. And if you're looking at this one, an even better choice with such low miles and such great equipment. Thanks for watching this video. Hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful day.